You throw away money every single week and probably don't even realize it. That old bottle, that broken appliance, that pile of cardboard in your garage, all of it can turn into real cash with the right equipment. Today I'll tell you 8 recycling machines that can help you build a small business right from home, without needing a huge budget to get started. Stick around for machine number 7, because it can fit in a regular garage and bring in up to $100 a day. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's go through these one by one. By the end, you'll see trash a whole lot differently.
This video is just for informational and educational purposes only. We do not guarantee income or results. Success depends on individual efforts, skills, and market conditions.
Number 1. The glass crusher. Think about how many glass jars and bottles get tossed out every day at your local bar, restaurant, or coffee shop. Nobody wants them. They just pile up and take up space. But that pile is actually worth something, and a glass crusher is the tool that unlocks it. You feed clean glass into the hopper, and the machine breaks it down into small pieces, sized however you need them. Some buyers want fine glass for construction, others want chunkier pieces for landscaping or decor projects, and there are even crafters who use crushed glass for handmade mosaics. Here's the part that makes this idea so appealing. The glass itself usually costs you nothing. Bars, cafes, and recycling drop-off points are often desperate to get rid of it, so you're building a business almost entirely on free materials. As for getting set up, you don't need a warehouse. A garage, a spare shed, or even a covered patio corner is enough room to run this operation. Now let's talk numbers. A basic to mid-range crusher will run you somewhere between $0 and $1,000, depending on how much you want it to handle. Once you're up and running, a lot of people doing this part-time are pulling in $500 to $2,000 a month. And because glass can be recycled over and over without losing quality, there's never really a shortage of buyers looking for it. It's a steady, low-drama way to get your foot in the door of the recycling world. And honestly, once you get comfortable collecting glass, you'll start noticing just how much other valuable waste is sitting around you too. Number 2. The hydraulic metal recycling press. Ever walked past a stack of crushed cans or scrap metal outside a garage and just assumed it was junk? That stuff is actually feeding a massive industry that never stops buying. This is where the hydraulic metal recycling press earns its spot on the list. Unlike a crusher that breaks things apart, this machine squeezes metal down into tight, solid blocks, which makes it way easier to haul around and sell for a better price. Running one is pretty straightforward. You load cans, sheets, or scrap pieces into the chamber, the hydraulics kick in, and out comes a compact block ready for the scrapyard. What really makes this a smart choice is how many places practically beg you to take their metal off their hands. Auto shops, construction sites, and metal fabrication businesses generate scrap constantly, and most of them are happy to hand it over for free just to clear space. If you're thinking about the budget, a smaller semi-automatic press typically costs between $3,000 and $8,000. You won't need much room either. A decent-sized garage or a small storage unit will do the trick. Now for the payoff. Once you've got a few regular pickup spots lined up and a buyer on the other end, you can expect to bring in somewhere around $800 to $1,000 a month. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's consistent, and metal prices tend to stay fairly stable, which makes this one of the more dependable options on this list. If you want links or full details on where to get these machines, just comment "I'm ready," and I'll share the complete list with you. Number 3. The Eco Brick Making Machine. Most people think recycling only means selling off scrap for a few bucks, but there's a bigger play here that a lot of folks miss. Instead of just handing over raw waste, you can actually turn it into a finished product people will pay real money for. That's exactly what the Eco Brick Making Machine does. It takes recycled plastic, leftover construction debris, industrial ash, even certain organic scraps, and presses them into solid, usable bricks. The process itself isn't complicated at all. You mix your recycled materials together, pack that mixture into the machine's mold, and let the pressure do its job, compacting everything into a firm, uniform brick. After that, it just needs time to dry or cure properly, and then it's ready to sell. What makes this such a smart move is timing. Construction projects never really stop, and more builders and homeowners are actively hunting for eco-friendly materials these days. That demand isn't going anywhere. To get started, you're looking at an investment of roughly $2,500 to $10,000, depending on how automated you want your setup to be. Space-wise, a decent-sized yard, a storage room, or a covered outdoor area is plenty. As for what you can actually make, plenty of people running this kind of operation bring in $1,000 to $4,000 a month once they've built relationships with local construction crews, hardware stores, or even individual buyers. And here's the bonus: finding raw material is rarely a struggle. Recycling companies, job sites, and local collection centers are usually sitting on piles of exactly what you need, and most are glad to pass it along. If you want a business that produces something people can actually hold and use in their homes, this one's worth a serious look. Stick around because machine number 4 is the one most home businesses are secretly built around. Number 4, the plastic shredder. If there's one machine that really sits at the center of a home recycling setup, it's this one. Plastic is everywhere. In your kitchen, your bathroom, your garage, practically every product you own came wrapped in some form of it. And once people are done with it, most of it just gets tossed. That's where the plastic shredder steps in and changes the whole equation. What it does is pretty simple to picture. Bottles, containers, packaging, all of it gets cleaned and sorted first, then fed into the machine's hopper. Within seconds, the internal blades chew through the material and spit out small, uniform flakes. Those flakes aren't trash anymore. They're a product that recycling companies actively want to buy, or that you can use yourself to make something new. Beginners tend to pick this one up fast because there's really not much of a learning curve. And the market for it keeps growing since more industries are trying to cut costs and hit environmental targets by using recycled plastic instead of new material. Getting set up will cost somewhere between $2,000 and $8,000 for a smaller unit, and it doesn't need much space either. Plenty of people run this out of a garage or a spare room. On the income side, this can bring in $800 to $3,500 a month, depending on how much you're processing and how many buyers you've lined up nearby. Finding plastic to work with isn't hard at all either. Grocery stores, restaurants, apartment complexes, schools, they all throw out plastic constantly, and most are happy to let someone else deal with it. Before number 5, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We are aiming to reach 50,000 subscribers, and your support truly makes the difference. Number 5, the recycled plastic extruder. So you've got a pile of shredded plastic flakes sitting around. What now? This is where things get interesting. The recycled plastic extruder takes that raw shredded material and turns it into something people actually want to buy. Not just recycled scraps, but real usable products. Here's how it works. The plastic flakes go into the extruder, where heat slowly melts them down in a controlled way. From there, the melted plastic gets pushed through a mold that shapes it into whatever you're aiming for. Depending on your setup, you could end up making filament for 3D printers, plastic tubing, flat sheets, or even raw material that other manufacturers buy in bulk to make their own products. The real win here is the jump in value. You're not selling plastic scraps anymore, you're selling finished goods, and that difference in price can be huge. A lot of people treat this machine as the natural next step once they've already got a shredder running, since one feeds right into the other. Now, this one does require a bigger investment. Small units start around $5,000, and more advanced machines can run past $20,000. You'll want a proper workshop or a decent-sized garage for this, not just a corner of your house. But the payoff can be serious too. Some people running this kind of setup report earning between $5,000 and $15,500 a month, especially once they find a niche market that keeps coming back. And the best part, your raw material can come straight from your own shredder, so you're not constantly hunting for supply. This next machine turns a box you'd throw away into a $100 a day side hustle. Number 6, the cardboard cushioning machine. Every warehouse, every store, every online order generates a mountain of cardboard boxes that eventually just get thrown out. Most people walk right past that pile without a second thought. But there's a clever way to turn those boxes into something companies are willing to pay for, and it comes down to a machine that recycles cardboard into protective packaging cushioning. Instead of tossing used boxes in the trash, this machine cuts them into a flexible, cushiony mesh that works just like foam or bubble wrap, protecting fragile items during shipping. Considering how much online shopping has exploded, that kind of eco-friendly packaging material is in serious demand right now. The process couldn't be simpler. You feed cardboard into the machine, a cutting mechanism shreds it into that springy protective mesh, and it comes out ready to use or sell immediately. No advanced skills needed, no complicated steps to learn. Cost-wise, this is one of the more affordable options on the list, running $500 to $6,000, depending on how much capacity you need. It also barely takes up any room, so a small workshop or even a corner of your garage works just fine. As for income, this tends to bring in smaller, steady amounts each month from selling cushioning material or offering processing services to nearby businesses. And getting your hands on cardboard is never a problem. Stores and warehouses are drowning in it and would rather give it away than pay to dispose of it themselves. Number 7. The Biomass Briquette Press. Sawdust, dry leaves, husks from crops, pruning waste. Most people just burn this stuff or leave it in a pile to rot. It looks completely useless. But there's a machine that takes all of that and turns it into something people actually pay for, and it's called a biomass briquette press. What this thing does is compress organic scraps into small, dense blocks of fuel. Restaurants, bakeries, and industrial kitchens use these briquettes for heat, and so do plenty of other businesses looking for a cheaper alternative to gas or electricity. The process is honestly pretty forgiving. You gather up whatever organic material you have access to: sawdust, coffee husks, dried plant waste. Prep it a bit, then load it into the press. The machine squeezes it down into solid blocks that are easy to stack, store, and transport. This one shines especially if you're in a rural area or somewhere near farming or wood processing, since the raw material is usually sitting around in huge quantities for next to nothing. Setting up will cost you somewhere in the range of $3,000 to $12,000, and you'll need a small warehouse or workshop to run it comfortably. Once you've got regular buyers lined up, people running this kind of operation typically pull in $1,000 to $4,000 a month. It's a solid pick if you like the idea of a business that's genuinely eco-friendly, while also tapping into something that's always in demand. Heat and fuel aren't going out of style anytime soon. Number 8. The Plastic and Metal Separator. Here's something a lot of people don't think about. Mixed waste is way less valuable than sorted waste. Plastic tangled up with metal, lids mixed in with containers, electronic parts jumbled together with random materials. Sorting all of that by hand is a nightmare. That's exactly the problem the plastic and metal separator solves. This machine's whole job is figuring out what's what and splitting materials into clean, organized groups. Sounds simple, but it makes a massive difference in how much you can actually sell everything for. Buyers pay noticeably more for materials that arrive already sorted instead of a chaotic mixed pile. As for how it works, you load the mixed waste in, and the machine separates everything out using differences like weight, density, or magnetic pull. Within a few minutes, you've got clean, organized piles ready to sell. What makes this machine especially useful is how well it pairs with everything else on this list. If you're already running a plastic shredder or a metal press, adding a separator helps you squeeze more value out of material you might otherwise waste or sell cheap. Getting one set up will run you $4,000 to $15,000, and you'll want a moderate-sized workshop or storage space to operate comfortably. Income-wise, people using this machine tend to bring in $1,500 to $1,000 a month from selling higher-quality sorted materials. Recycling centers, repair shops, and local factories are constantly generating mixed waste, so finding supply is rarely an issue. So there you have it, 8 machines that can turn everyday trash into a real income stream. From glass and metal all the way to plastic and biomass, the opportunities are sitting right outside your door. Most people just walk past them without noticing. Now here's my question for you. Which one of these machines would you actually set up in your garage today? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if this list opened your eyes a little, there's another video waiting for you right now with even more machines that can help you build something real, starting small, staying home, and turning waste into money.